I'm standing in front of a fully stocked kitchen because we're doing something a little bit different today. I'm being challenged to make 3 different recipes using one secret ingredient. The kicker, I don't know what the secret ingredient is, and I don't know anything about the challenges. I've never met a hot dog I don't like though. I'm up for the challenge. Let's get started with the first challenge. I'm told they go from easiest to hardest, so let's see what number 1 is. Please create a breakfast casserole. I can do that. I've been known to make a breakfast casserole or 100. I'm gonna do a little research. When I think casseroles, I think something hearty, so my ingredients are going to be that. And crowd pleasing, because you're generally making this for a crowd. There's always something, some sort of like starch ingredient to hold everything together and give it like some substance. So that generally is some sort of bread product. Obviously our protein, which is gonna be our hot dogs, maybe something else. And then there's always something gooey in there, something creamy or cheesy. I'm looking for different textures, things that are gonna create that perfect bite experience, in case we haven't met. There's gotta be like a sausage pancake casserole from Allrecipes. And there it is, pancake and sausage casserole. No wonder I like this recipe so much. Look who wrote it. This is my inspiration. I think cooking the hot dog is going to make it taste a little more like sausage. And I'm gonna take that like sauce that usually the sausages cook in the crock pot and use that as like my drizzle on top. Yes. Start my sauce with a little bacon, cheese, a little milk. Having a good stocked condiment drawer section can really save you, especially when you don't really know what you're making. It can inspire you. Let's go. I'm gonna cut up a little bacon. This is gonna be the start of my sauce. The sauce is what's gonna make this. Bacon and hot dogs just go together. They're in the same family. Cut this bacon up, saute it, and I can crumble this on top or I'll put it in the casserole. I'm not really making this how I like my hot dogs, but I'm making it how I like my breakfast. And I love like a sweet and salty moment when it comes to breakfast. If I was just eating it like a hot dog, don't put anything sweet, except maybe some sweet relish. I'm gonna choose these kind of like fatter hot dogs because we're gonna let it be the star of the show. I'm not trying to hide it. Although I've eaten hot dogs for breakfast since I was a kid because my grandmother used to put them in scrambled eggs. Probably because they used to be cheap and cheaper than sausage. P.S. When you're cooking bacon, it's good to start it in a cold pan because as the pan heats up, it starts to slowly heat the bacon up and render the fat out, and then it can cook in the fat. Now, the flavor that's going on the bottom of this pan, I want that because this is going to be the base for my delicious sauce. Oven preheating to 350. All right, bacon's crisp, I'm gonna drain it out. All that goodness right there, that's what's gonna cook the hot dogs and help them get like good and caramelized. Every food has sugar in it, even like things that you think are just savory. And sugars, when they cook, caramelization equals flavor. Y'all gonna try to make me make dessert with hot dogs. Now I want to get all that flavor off because I'm trying to make a sweet and salty syrup to drizzle over the top. So to lift that flavor up, you need a little bit of an acid. So I'm gonna use a little mustard. And you can see how it kind of like starts to lift that flavor up. See, that starts to kind of clean the pan. Now I'm gonna do a little brown sugar and maple syrup. About a 1/2 cup of syrup. And mustard goes with hot dogs too. Pinch of salt. As it cools, it's gonna thicken up a little more. So we're really about there. Nailed it. At the end of the day, for this recipe, you're just looking for whatever kind of pancake batter you like. If you want to make that from scratch, you can. These just add water, then I don't have to really do any thinking today. I mean, I'm doing enough thinking already. 3 cups. This is my kind of baking when you don't have to be exact, you know. You know I like to shred my own cheese. It's better. You don't get that like cakey white stuff on the outside. It's gonna be creamier and the flavor's better. And you get more bang for your buck because 8 ounces of a block of cheese actually grates more than 8 ounces of pre-shredded cheese. Everything's prepped, now we build. You can use just water in this. I'm gonna use water and milk. So it's a little less than what the box calls for to make pancakes because I want this batter to be a little thick so that it is substantial. I'm keeping this more like a pancake experience or a little bit of a McGriddle situation, but if you wanted it completely savory, you could add in, you know, something spicy, green onions or something like that, but I'm really kind of trying to mimic the pancakes and sausage pairing that we love. I am gonna fold in a little cheese, just kind of acts as a little glue. Our cooked hot dogs going in. Might as well add that bacon that we cooked. into a casserole dish. Spray it. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? All right, now we bake at 350 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes. Once you start to smell it, it's probably getting close. All right, it has been 24 minutes. We want a toothpick inserted in to come out clean. Okay, so like when you serve up your pancakes, first thing you do is put some butter on it and let that melt. And my sauce, our liquid gold right here. Look at that. Does it feel like breakfast to you? Maybe not yet, but you trust me. And the sauce. You see where I'm going now? Okay, does it taste like pancakes and hot dog sausage? It does. You gotta have a hot dog in every bite. Because when I was just eating just the pancake, it was almost like a savory pancake, and I wasn't quite wanting that. But with that little salty bite of hot dog and that syrup, the pancake almost gives it like a biscuit consistency, swimming in butter and like honey, you know? Pretty sure we just nailed challenge number 1. What's challenge number 2? I'm a little scared. All right, that was easy enough. Let's go for challenge number 2. So they get harder though. Please create a dish worthy of a wedding with a hot dog. I mean, I'm not judging. I wouldn't be mad if there were hot dogs at my wedding. My wedding was like buffet style, so I feel like that gives me a little bit of a better option. Popular wedding buffet items. Pretzel station, taco bar. I mean, a little mini hot dog bar I think would be fun. I feel like that's not what you're looking for. I feel like maybe there should have been more rules to that. Let me look up. My friend did a little garlic bread.
These garlic butter grilled cheese hot dogs are so good, you won't even need the ketchup.
That's gonna be my inspiration. And that's gonna fly off the buffet table. Instead of a hot dog bun, party's favorite rolls, butter. All right, let's get started. These are going to act as my bun. What's happening? I knew it was too easy. For an additional challenge, cook enough for 100 people. I was about to start saying, I obviously have to make a lot of these because it's for a wedding. So I'm gonna take each roll, cut it in half to make little hot dog buns. That'll be cute, right? Now let me see, can I get 3 out of 1 hot dog or 2? I think I might can get 3. Got my calculator. I'm getting 24 out of each pack. 96. Plus these, 105. I'm gonna make 105. Everybody only gets 1 at this wedding. How many hot dogs do I need? 105 divided by 3? I need 35 hot dogs. Kids, I use math every day. I noticed in the video that you can make little cuts in them, and that's gonna give you better like caramelization when we go to cook these. Plus, it's gonna make these look just a tiny bit fancier, fit for a wedding. Got me a little system now. You can do like 2 or 3 at a time, cut the little marks, and then cut them in 3. Listen, this might be a good idea and a good alternative to like expensive, you know, sausage, pigs in a blanket appetizers. We get 24 hot dogs and 24 buns out of each pack. So you could get 24 appetizers for like, I don't know, less than $10. It's pretty good. All right, we gotta make the garlic butter, which is garlic and butter. Err on the side of more, because you can always use this for other things like tossing with pasta or, you know, making more garlic bread or, you know, sauteing vegetables. I'm gonna melt it all together, and as it like slowly heats up, it will infuse the butter with the garlic flavor. So I'm starting it in the cool pan. You could totally use olive oil here, but to really get that garlic butter and garlic bread feel, I would use the butter. Fresh garlic's gonna taste the best here, and you want it, you know, to be chopped very finely. Of course, you could do that with a knife, but it would take a lot longer than it does just using a garlic press. If you know me, you know I hate chopping garlic because it always sticks to your fingers. It's one of my favorite kitchen tools. This is unsalted butter, so I'm gonna add salt and just let this kind of melt slowly on the stove. You could just use salted butter, and then it doesn't have to cook that long. You just want it to be fragrant, and then you kind of know it's done. In the video, she just cooked the hot dogs in the oven, so that's even easier than cooking them in a skillet. We're gonna toss these with some of our garlic butter and then put some on our buns as well. Okay, I'm gonna get my dogs in first, and I'm just gonna toss these. This is how to make hot dogs fancy for a wedding. Give these a good toss. I'm going in 425. She said 400, but I feel like I can get them a little crispier, at a little higher, and a little faster. I took the time to stack these up, but I've changed my mind. That's just part of the learning process. So we can get them like this, go ahead and top them with cheese, and then when the dogs come out, we'll stuff them in. So I'm gonna brush these with garlic butter, then put the cheese, kind of work it in the crevice, then put the hot dog in there, then put them in the oven, and they'll all kind of get gooey and toasty together at the same time. In this original recipe, she did like a grilled cheese, so it got crusty on the cheesy side. But since I'm not making individual grilled cheeses, I'm gonna use some Parmesan cheese on the outside because it'll form its own like cheesy crust. Now let's get those hot dogs out. Wait till you see how cute they are. See how cute? I mean, see how cute these are? All you had to do, just a little scoring. You could do this on your regular hot dogs. Whenever they hit the heat, it's gonna expand out and make this cute design. You gotta work that dog into each crevice without splitting the bun. But you know these are looking fancier than you thought they were going to. One more brush with the garlic butter. And then when they come out, we're gonna make them fancy and sprinkle them with a little parsley, like what's usually on garlic bread, you know? I've never had a garlicky hot dog, so really I don't really know what I'm in for here. These do look so cute though, don't they? I'm putting these back in at 425. Because all we're looking to do at this point is just melt the cheese and toast the rolls a little bit. They have plenty of butter on them, so this should not take long. Oh yeah, I can get more in. If you were really like catering a party, you really wouldn't want to cook them all at the same time because people can't eat them that fast. You cook like half and then you save half. It's all part of the plan. All right, I'm gonna garnish with some fresh parsley. I don't particularly like the dried stuff, especially for a wedding. Fresh herbs just have way more flavor and aroma. That stuff in the jar, you don't know how long it's been there. Toasty and cheesy. Got us some fancy wedding platters. The rolls have gotten like they've absorbed that garlic butter, so they're really soft and like moist in the center. If these are passed around, people are gonna be chasing those waiters around. I like how I act like I'm really serving this at a wedding. Definitely a good idea to serve these with some cocktail napkins, hence the buttery fingers. What's good about using garlic butter on these is you don't have to worry about a dipping sauce. All that flavor has soaked into those rolls. Little garnish. For me, this definitely counts as wedding food. Look at that perfect wedding bite right there. How does it taste? Let me tell you. You don't understand the flavor that's underneath. You know, it might not look exciting, like super saucy to you, but it's all trapped up in those little crevices of the hot dog and the bun. It's buttery, it's cheesy, it's rich, it's salty, and just a hint of sweet. But then you get that kind of smokiness from the hot dog. I'll bring in the creator of this recipe and see what she thinks. All right, Natalie, come here.
Oh,
I want
these look familiar.
I want to know if I made you proud.
They're so cute.
Aren't they cute? Would you have these at your wedding?
100%. If I was doing that again.
Right, let's not.
I like to dip mine in the garlic
Oh, in the
butter.
garlic butter? You're not going to need it. It's trapped underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect bite. I need to know if I made you proud. Turned in your TikTok sensation.
The Hawaiian roll
Kind of ties it all together.
was a good move. I'd totally eat this at a wedding. I'd be thrilled.
Do I pass the challenge?
Oh, for sure.
Told you. All right, I'm 2 for 2. Can I make it 3 for 3? Challenge number 3 is, I knew it. Please create a decadent dessert. Now, is this meant to be edible? It's a joke, right? Challenge accepted. I'll only need 1 pack for this. Right off the bat, you gotta like candy these things. Oh, kind of like candied bacon. And maybe, I guess, put it over some ice cream. We're gonna keep it simple. It's gonna be decadent. I'm gonna do a caramelized hot dog sundae. That's not an April Fool's joke. Can we do it? I'm gonna make them small so that they get like really crispy to where you really don't even know what you're eating. You might think you're eating like candied bacon, like Bananas Foster. Hot dogs and bananas used to be a thing. Was that hot dogs and, no, it was just like ham and bananas. I don't even think I'm gonna look anything up for this. I think I've got a plan, because surely a recipe for candied hot dogs doesn't even exist. Although I'm a little curious. I gotta know now. Candied hot dog bits. All right, I'm gonna start by melting some butter in here. When I do like candied walnuts or anything, it's really just about coating them with a fat, usually butter, and then giving them like a sugary glaze, and then cooking them again. And with the star of the show, adding in just a little maple syrup and then a lot of brown sugar. I think we just cook this until it's crispy. I mean, I'm kind of not mad at this like syrupy situation. It's almost like we're making a caramel at this point. When you're cooking down some sugar, it can burn pretty easily. So you've just got to keep your eye on it, keep stirring, and then when you go to cool it, you need to put it on something that is sticky proof. So whether you spray it with nonstick cooking spray or do parchment or wax paper, you got to do something. At this point, I really could add the bananas in. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll do a little taste test. Guys, we're doing it. We're gonna make hot dog banana foster, except minus the alcohol. Although a little splash of bourbon might be good. I'm not gonna do the whole flame thing. I'm not trying to really burn off all the flavor here. I'm just gonna add like a splash to enhance this. This might be y'all's new favorite dessert. All right, let's serve it up. Indulgent dessert featuring Le Hot Dog. It's not the worst thing I've ever had. I'm actually glad I put the banana in there. I think if you get that hot dog situation really crispy, I think it can work, because it really does kind of remind you of candy bacon. I mean, say what you want, but I completed that challenge. I mean, if I had to grade myself on today's challenge, I still made a solid A. What secret ingredient would you like to see come out of the box next? No. No.